It's a live look now at Kingston, Jamaica. The Jamaican government is urging people living in low-lying and flood-prone areas to seek shelter. There are also curfew and disaster warnings in place for the island. And CTV Scott Hurst is following the story for us this morning for the latest. Good morning to you, Scott. You've been tracking Beryl very closely. Tell us a little more.
Good morning, Akshay. Yes, the island nation of Jamaica will soon start to feel the outer bands of Hurricane Beryl, now a Category 4 storm, and then feel much of the full punch later this morning and throughout the day. As you've been saying, the island nation is preparing, not taking any chances. Officials in Jamaica imposing a curfew that is already in effect from 6 a.m. local time to 6 p.m. today as the storm roars ashore, and also preemptively declaring a disaster area for the entire island for the next 7 days. And as you mentioned, it's already caused a trail of destruction and blame for at least 7 deaths in other Caribbean island nations. And what they're expecting in Jamaica, no different from what we've already seen. And here's some video of what we've already seen. Devastating hurricane-strength winds, life-threatening storm surge, damaging waves, as well as dangerous flash flooding and mudslides from heavy rainfall. Now, for its part, Global Affairs Canada is advising Canadians to avoid all travel to Haiti and all non-essential travel to the Cayman Islands and Jamaica, as well as some other smaller Caribbean islands. And we got these numbers just recently from Global Affairs in terms of Canadians registered in some of these island nations. Just over 3,100 Canadians registered in Haiti, just over 1,500 registered in the Cayman Islands, and 1,600 in Jamaica, as well as a few hundred others in some other island nations as well. And these are the Canadians registered in these areas, not specifically the Canadians who might be in these countries like Jamaica and the Cayman Islands. And so for the Canadians who are already there, of course, the Canadian government is urging them to listen to all of the regional and local warnings and do their best to be prepared and take all the proper precautions, Akshay, as this is barreling towards Jamaica right now.
Indeed, of course, warnings being sent out by Foreign Affairs Canada. But let's also ask you about this particular storm. You know, Scott, we saw how this was a Category 5. Now it's a Category 4. Is there a reason why a storm of this magnitude is forming so early in the year?
Actually, very concerning that it's packing such a punch so early in the hurricane season. The earliest storm on record in the Atlantic to reach the strongest possible ranking of Category 5. Now, as you mentioned, Category 4, it's being driven by higher water temperatures, which allows storms to intensify quicker. And researchers point to human-caused climate change combined with cyclical weather patterns as the reason for this early intensity, fueling not just the storm, but fear it's setting a dangerous precedent, Akshay, for what could be a catastrophic hurricane season. And this is just the beginning.
Just the beginning. CTV Scott Hurst tracking Beryl for us. Scott, thank you.
Thanks, Akshay.